The president of Zambia has done something a lot of presidents have never done in the past. Absolutely insane. You know, sometimes you only discover how good you are, how strong you are when you're left alone to face your own difficulties. Sometimes you discover how capable you are when people that used to help you financially stop doing so. I know it's scary not having a job, right? You fear, you ask yourself questions. What am I going to do? How am I going to survive without a job? Let me rather get a different job before I quit this one, even though the boss is extremely disrespectful, right? That's what we think. You're going to leave your job. Did you get another one? Well, sometimes you need not to have a job to get a different job. I've seen many times. In one situation, I saw somebody had been looking for a job for the past 3 years, couldn't find anything decent. And he was very, very, very unhappy. It was actually a she. Very unhappy with the situation. Disrespect and all that stuff from work. Until she decided, you know what? I think I'm going to sit at home. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. I don't know how I'm going to manage to eat with my kid. But I'm going to stay at home. After she stayed at home, doors opened. Few days later, all those interviews she went to, they never responded to her. They called her back. I think it's about energy as well. About frequency. I think the universe knows what you need. Sometimes you need to release things that you don't like to get the things that you like. This is valid for many things. Could be valid for relationships. Sometimes you need to let that person leave because they're not good for you, and not wait until things are aligned to the perfection, because perfection of alignment don't necessarily come. Sometimes you need to be by yourself to understand how strong you are. Sometimes you need to be in the dark to actually realize how brave you are. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You appreciate it. My name is Zach. If you're here for the first time, you're very welcome. This is family. Here we talk about the motherland, Africa. You want to know any news about Africa, you're at the right place. Great. Today we are in Zambia. This is Zambia on the map. Okay? Lovely people. Well, Zambian president demanded that European Union and the UK refund visa application fees for Zambian citizens whose applications are rejected. How crazy that is. That is absolutely insane. The announcement addresses the financial burden faced by many Zambians who often pay substantial fees for visa applications used for tourism, business, or education, only to face frequent rejection. Piga makofi. Piga makofi or what? This is crazy. So the Zambian president is literally telling Europeans and the UK and other people, listen, why do you take our money if you don't want us in your countries? Because yes, let's think about this. We have a lot of people that apply visas to Europe, Schengen visas, and they're rejected every time. But you still take the money. A lot of people apply for the UK, for the United States of America. You get the application, you don't even look at the application, but you take the money, then you say, no, you can't go. You know what? How about you reverse that? That's the kind of president we need? Let me know. Do you think that's what we need as a president or not? Hichilema argued that charging fees for unsuccessful visa application is unfair, as applicants are left with no resources after paying for administrative processes that result in denial. He urged the EU and the UK to adopt a refund system for the rejection. Now, guess what the UK say? And the EU, no, they're not interested in that. You know, a lot of Africans, for some reason, maybe we're going to dive into that, like going to Europe and America. Let me perhaps say South Africa, black people. Okay, white South Africans do travel a lot. Black South Africans, maybe less than that. Why? Because apartheid was very strong until 1994. So people are just starting to enjoy their countries. Okay, and there are many factors in terms of infrastructure, in terms of buildings, in terms of communication, healthcare, that's very functional, not just because of Africans. We need to admit that, because a lot of those things were implemented by the colonizers who came to South Africa with the goal of staying, unlike most African countries where they came to steal. Let me just come and steal some gold and diamonds and go back to Holland. In South Africa, they came to stay. So a lot of South Africans don't like going to other people's countries, not looking for better life at least. No, because they can have a good life. Systems, talking about employment, there are employment in South Africa if you have the qualification. In most cases, you'll find employment. Unlike Uganda, where you find a lot of overqualified people with no opportunities, because most African countries, unfortunately, never really learned how to build sustainable organization that hires the people. A lot of Africans who travel, they want to go abroad to different countries. They want to go to Europe. Why? because the colonizer made them believe that Europe is better than Africa. Okay, that's what it is, especially France. France went to French countries. Number one, they took away other people's languages. Okay, don't speak your language, speak French. Learn how to eat that stinky cheese. If you eat the stinky cheese without badging your face or making funny expression, then you are becoming a decent human being. Unfortunately, many people up until now still perceive that going to France is like going to Mecca. Brother, this is not just limited to France. This is also with British. If you look at countries like Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, they all dream of going to London. Yeah, they all dream about Zambia, Zimbabwe. They all want to go to London. All of them. If you've never been to London, they feel like they've never accomplished. Like if you've been to London, they even have that accent. You want to give me some burger? But I need some butter. I need some butter so I can butter the bread and we can put some water. Yeah, when they speak water and butter, then people feel like, oh, that's some decent. I'm telling you, the crazy stuff some Africans have here. If you butter and water, they go like, oh, that one is freshly from London. So it's like some kind of a special human being. Same from French-speaking Africans. They all want to go to Paris. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. You all want to go to your colonizers. Why do you want to go to your colonizers? If a French-speaking African start making money, the first thing he wants to do and for his family, go to Paris, at least to visit. For the other ones who don't have great opportunities in Africa, they all want to move to Paris. They think life is better there. I mean, look at Paris. This is Paris. Look at them sleeping in the streets because there's no way to go. Now imagine, you see that? These are Africans sleeping in the street in Paris. Look how they've made Paris. Look how Paris looks like. Yeah, we need to tell you the truth. You think I was going here to just bash the white people. No, I need to tell you the truth as well. Look how you made Paris. This is Paris. Anyway, okay, that is nothing compared to the dramatic things they've done to Africa. Absolutely not. Now, what I'm saying is this. Does Europe and the UK have the right to say we don't want Africans, at least not a lot of them, to come to our countries? One would maybe say they have a right. What right is that? Well, a lot of Africans, when they go, they don't return. Yes, when they go to other people's countries, especially European countries, they don't want to go back.
So if you are giving 50,000 euros today, will you go back to Africa?
50,000 euros?
Yes.
What will 50,000 euros do for me? Africa is our home. We'll always visit and then return back to the base.
They will go on a church trip. Yeah, they lie about church and they stay forever. They lie about many things. That is one thing. We can understand that. I mean, nobody wants to see a lot of people coming to the country and never leaving. I mean, you can come visit and go back. If you don't go back, then you become a problem. But does that mean all Africans that go to Europe and the UK want to go and stay? No, absolutely not. Now, do all Africans, the good and the bad, all get punished with visa rejection just because a bunch of Africans want to go to Africa and stay? Absolutely. Is that fair? It's not fair, especially not if you're going to take our money. I mean, people pay $100. You'll pay $100 minimum to get your visa processed. Now, imagine the number of people that pay. It's in hundreds of millions of dollars that go to the UK and Europe. It's a business. So the Zambian president proposed that the fee should be returned to the people. You only take the money from the people that you issue visas to. If you don't give visa, don't take the money. Because you're doing business. Your business is making people fail even when people present the right documentation. I mean, have you ever been refused a visa before? It doesn't feel good. Not at all, especially if you have everything. They ask you for bank statements, your fingerprints, your family history. It's insane. I mean, let me not even talk about America when you want to go to America. I remember many years ago when I still needed a visa to the US, they will ask you for all these lists of 50 pages you have to go through on the internet. 50 different pages. Have you ever unalived somebody before? Have you trained with weapons? Do you know how to enter your finger beyond? Like, crazy stuff. In a terrorist hole. Crazy. According to analysis, Africans have lost an estimate of $120 million in 2024 for visa application. And all in all, only 17% of these Africans got a visa granted. We have Comoros with 62% rejection, Guinea-Bissau 47%, Nigeria 59%, Congo-Brazzaville 43%, Burundi 40%, and many others. Zambian president say many applicants say they often submit all the right documents, from employment letter to bank statement and travel insurance, only to receive vague denial and no clearance feedback. That says to stop. Is this good or not? Congratulations to the Zambian president. I know some people criticize him a couple of times lately because of some things that happened. We're not going to talk about that. Let's stay on the positive side. Congratulations or what? Okay, pick up a coffee. Now, how can we reverse this? African countries have to invest in Africa. You have to invest in infrastructure, invest in good hospitals. It's sad many African leaders go get treated in European hospitals. It's shameful, okay? You see a president of a republic going to get treated for a disease in a foreign hospital? Is it because he's scared for his security? Why would you be scared for your own security in your own country? That means you're not a nice person. Now, what about all your people that work with you? Why is all their family going to get treated? Africa needs to invest in Africa. Good schools, good infrastructure, good road, good hospitals, good work, create employment for the youth. And that will disable that mentality of people thinking that life is better somewhere else. Now, is the president right by saying that they should only take money from the people they issue visas to? The ones that don't get visas should be reimbursed. Because let me put it this way for you. There are people out here that sell their compound. They sell their land so they can get money to get visas. There are people in Africa that sell their compound. Their family will sell their compound. They will sell their lands. Okay, imagine land you could do agriculture on. They will sell it at a very cheap price, thinking that if you take the money and you send your son to Europe, he's going to come back richer, better human being, which in most cases is not the case. It doesn't happen that way. God bless.